Hi there, I am Adam Kirbas and this is my novel, The Accused. Dear jury, imagine you are in a funeral. There are honest people, hard-working Americans, the commoners, those who others look down upon, and they shed tears, truthful, honest tears of a loss of someone whom they had thought and dire. These are not tears for social media. These are not tears to gain likes and followers. These are people who mourn the sunshine of their lives. And I was among them. And I shed tears for the most lovable person I had ever met in my life. I sat there in this funeral among all these guests. I did not understand how I came there. I could not wrap my head around what happened there. I thought to myself only yesterday, only a couple of days before, we were lucky. We had it all. And I thought to myself, how did I come here? I could not believe it. I thought it was a dream. Dear jury, if you love someone dearly, if you think that you have found your soulmate, then you cherish it. You are happy every day of your life, every minute, because you think of yourself as the chosen one, that you were lucky, because this is not common to find your soulmate. This is not common to find the woman you love. It is actually so rare that exactly social media makes a big hype around it, sells us expensive goods. And I found it all. I found her, but then she was taken from me. I sat there in this funeral. I saw the image, the picture of this beautiful woman who was ruined by society. I looked above to God to seek some answers. I tried to understand what went wrong. I accused even me. I said to myself, I could not make her happy. I said to myself, it was because of me. She was gone. Back then, I was naive. I thought society is not a wicked place. We are all Americans. We all love each other. We all share a common goal. I did not believe in the wickedness of people. I did not see the dark hearts of some Americans. I was naive in the belief that all Americans are just a one family and they would take care of each other. No, I was petulant in my belief, so I sat there among those funeral guests. I sat there, shed their tears, and I could not hold them. I could not hold the stream of sorrow. I cannot imagine what it is as a parent to love and then lose a child. I don't want to imagine it. It is hideous. It's brutal. before that, I read about these things in the newspapers. The very same who praise a villain wrote about poor women, young folks who died and disappeared all at once. And I saw people in public vividly engaged in reading those bad news, those heart-throbbing, the misery of others. At least some needed a thrill in their life, needed something to enjoy. I did not, and I could not imagine the loss of a parent, the loss of a loved one. If you lose someone, for what? To nothing. To a fad. To something you cannot even touch, which is not tangible. I could not imagine that a void would devour someone. It was out of my understanding and comprehension. All I thought in this life, what matters, what truly matters, is just to love someone. Just to make someone known that this person is most dire to you. I thought simple. I thought like an American. I thought it is enough if I tell to someone I love you, and she tells me I love you back. This is what we Americans are brought up for. But then we did not see a villain. We did not see the dark shadow which permeated our society, destroyed the lives of many. No. Then, when I sat there in the funeral, when I saw the heart pain of people, then, and when I felt my own loss, when I looked down on my hands, and I knew I could not hold the woman I love anymore. When I knew that I could not kiss the woman I love, when I knew that I could not talk with her anymore about our plans, about our future, when I knew that she was gone, taken from me. What was her wrong? What did someone do to deserve such an end? She could have been a loving mother. She could have bared children. I don't know who could have cured cancer. She could have made the difference. She could have been everyone. Politician and even CEO of a social media company. No. But she was taken from us and became just a number in a record which the future will not remember anymore. Gone from the world. The all-American girl is dead. Well, some newspapers wrote about it. Maybe it was her own guilt. They did not mention her by name anymore. Just a number. She was just no one. The all-American girl had no face anymore. And I stood there, left behind, all the persons she loved and left nothing. Back then, I did not think about revenge. I did not think that I should take upon someone. No, I mourned my loss. I tried to cure my broken heart. I tried to soothe my parents-in-law. Because still I was waiting for an answer from God. Still I wanted something to hold on to understand what happened. Tried to swipe away my tears and make sense of this society which I have become alien to. I did not understand my own country anymore. After the funeral, everything had changed. I would walk along the streets and watch people. They spoke English. And I made sure that I'm in America. But somehow I was like on a different planet anymore. Like I have overslept something. Like I have not noticed what has been going on in our society. And I stood there, lost, didn't know what to do, like on this day on the funeral. I didn't know what this was all about. Just silence. And my world became silent, dear jury. There was no sunshine in my world anymore. There was no laugh. There was no joy. And I could not understand it. I lived my days. I tried to continue. Give me strength. Understand life. You know, you wait for something, for anything. It may come around the corner. Some epiphany. Some answer of God. That this all means something. Some soothing words. Anything would have done the deed, would have stopped the bleeding in my heart, but nothing. And then, on one day, I found the phone of the woman I love. I read some of those messages people wrote to her. And I was shocked. I was shocked about the viciousness of some people. I was shocked about the mean-heartedness of some people. I was shocked that people have apparently nothing else to do than drag people down. I was shocked that there are some who do not care about humans at all, who just want to see the world burn. Live all life should live in misery, should be dragged down. And I thought about this, and I thought about this very carefully. For the first time, I woke up from a slumber. I understood what our society has come to. That there is a venom poison which has permeated every tire of society. A poison which is in our minds, which has taken away rationality, humanity, and any emotion of altruism, about love, about kindness. I understood that we as Americans fall prey to theft. Someone stole our American contentment, our American self-esteem. Some stole our appreciation of what we are. We are not people who want to change who they are. Why would we want to change who we are? We are proud who we are. We are at the summit of human evolution. We are the pinnacle of all civilizations. Why should we be ashamed of it? And I understood that this disease destroys our perception. It destroys our self-perception. Our images, our mirrors become distorted. I saw people destroying their mirrors at home and hailing it as a milestone of civilization, that they have freed themselves from this nagging, chiding, but instead watch on social media their own reflection. We do not watch in the mirror anymore. We do not look in the mirrors anymore. No. We go on social media and ask people what they think about us. I saw the full extent of this disease which has gripped America and which has made us to zombies. We have become the living dead. We have become no one. We have become people who are not content and satisfied with themselves. We have abandoned for what Americans are known about, to be independent, to be self-sufficient, to be proud of who they are. We do not have to feel ashamed about ourselves. Who told you that we should feel ashamed of ourselves? Why would we? But now we did. This is a change of time. And I woke up into a nightmare. A nightmare which would have been alien to our ancestors as well. A world, an America, which is unrecognizable, which is not our country anymore. Just where people do not know each other, despite having 2,000 friends on social media. This is not friendship anymore. We do not know each other anymore. And we can't recognize each other anymore, because everyone looks the same. We have succeeded, yes, to look at each other indiscriminately. We do not discriminate each other anymore because we have become all the same. Because we are interchangeable. We are like slopes who need approval of others. We are people who do not have the self-courage and self-esteem anymore. No, we are people who wait for anyone on social media to like our actions. This was a terrible disease. Something wicked. And I thought about it. How could this happen? How could we end up here? How could I have lost my loved one to this disease which has gripped our society? Then I read something about it again in the newspapers. It is called free entrepreneurship, business attitude. No matter what it is, you have to allocate wealth, even though it is against your own countrymen, even though it is against your own family, against your own people. You have to become wealthy by any means necessary. This is what we praised. This is not America. No matter what people say that this would be America. No. We are not raw animals who eat each other's children. We are not raw animals who eat our own children. We are decent people who praise family, who praise society, who praise our great American community. We are not animals. We do not want to become wealthy by all means necessary. We do not want to become wealthy in deceiving our own kind. If we do not respect America, then we do not respect anything. Then we do not have anything to live for. It is our heart which throbs for America. America is our heart. And if we do not cherish it, we are no humans anymore. And I read this article. I read it very carefully. It said what it means to be American. To be cold. To be distant. To not care for your own people. To not have any roots. To do not have any belongings. These article said, this is what it is to be American. To just do not care about all the others. So that you might not have conscience bites when you start to deceiving your own countrymen, when you start to deceive proud Americans who, like me, are maybe naive in believing in the good. There is maybe a good in this world, but there is one true good, and this is an American good, a good for America, a good for an idea that we all are equals and that we all belong somewhere, that we all have roots, that we are all mental brainchilds of our great Constitution and of our forefathers. This is not an illusion. We did not throw this overboard just to become wealthy, just to deceive our own kind. We did not get rid of humanity when we stated the Constitution, when we fought for our own freedom. We did not bear arms to end up as zombies, to end up as people who have no face, just tools of an economy, of an industry. And I read, and I continued reading. And this article then hailed good, proud Americans. This article hailed those Americans, the few who are successful, the few Americans who do not live by chance. It said people who had become wealthy. And it stood there against the odds, and no one believed that they would overcome the true American dream. They become wealthy. And there were some names, and one of them was the name of our villain, the villain of this story. Even though you might not see it that way, dear jury. However, I made some researches. I wanted to know how these good Americans came to their wealth. And what I discovered was hideous. My American heart bled a second time after I had lost the life, the love of one loved one. I lost the belief in good. Because I read about these people who came to wealth in deceiving other people. I read that these people, they did not care about Americans, they did not care about anyone at all, but just about money. Their friends and families have become money. This is what I read. That money is called now Brother America. That money has become our forefathers, our brothers, and our closed one. I read that you can weigh everything with money, and that all those people, all those so-called good Americans, that they state that everything is for sale. Everything. Our country, our people, everyone. And I understood that this disease has been running deep. I understood that we live in two worlds. Some who uphold what America is, uphold what our forefathers has accomplished, and others who do not care at all, others who do not care about anyone at all, others who just want to make their own gains against any odds, against any cause, and against our conscience, against our good American conscience. These are people who have become our heroes now. People who deceive their own kind, their own people, and call it entrepreneurship. No, ladies and gentlemen, no, dear jury, this is not the America I grew up in. This is an alien world. This is a disease.